Thanks everyone for coming today. It's a really exciting announcement from the JackJumpers to be announcing a new partnership with Rotor-Lift, an amazing Tasmanian company who's been doing so many wonderful things for nearly 25 years now across the emergency and rescue flights, pilot training, and some work in the tourism industry as well. I think both organisations have seen and found a mutual benefit there. We're both really proud teams that focus on that aspect of teamwork and precision, so really exciting for us. The partnership will flow through to game day and feature Rotor-Lift as naming rights partner of the Emerald Lounge inside My State Bank Arena, as well as some other activations and signage and content throughout the year. So yeah, great partnership and an exciting announcement today.
Yeah, so here at Rotor-Lift we're JackJumper fans and it's really exciting for us to be partnering up this year. We've been looking at it for a couple of years, but given it's our 25th anniversary, it's perfect for us to celebrate that with the JackJumpers and with the people of Tasmania and to support the team. And we're really excited about the season ahead.
Mitch touched on it there, that there'll be some activations and things like that on game day. Can you give me an idea of what fans might experience?
Oh, we're going to keep a few things to ourselves, but yeah, we're going to get actively involved, and we'll be giving away some helicopter flights and things along the way during the season.
For people that don't know what you guys do here, can you give a bit of an overview?
Yeah, so here in Tasmania, we are Tasmania's one and only helicopter rescue service. We've been doing this for 25 years. We are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have the best team in Australia. The conditions here in Tasmania with the weather and our environment are the most challenging in the country. And we're very, very fortunate to have this incredible team that we lead to do that work and serve the state.
Tell us how many employees you have, and yeah, you mentioned they work literally around the clock.
Yeah, so we have, at Rotor-Lift we have 37 staff. That's from our office staff to our engineers to our pilots and our support staff. We work very closely with police and ambulance. Police provide the crewmen, and Tas Health provide our doctors and ambulance. And we work collaboratively with them, and it's been a very successful team for 25 years.
And tell us, it's not just rescue, but touch on, I suppose, all the avenues or the different arms of Rotor-Lift.
Yeah, so given that our work here with the rescue service, it also allows us to support the state in other ways. So we look after a lot of the farmers during the cherry season, for example. So if the cherries get wet after a rain, the cherries will split. So we fly over them and dry them out. So that's a big part of our job during that cherry season. We do a lot of work for Parks and Wildlife. We were down at Melaleuca this morning doing some incendiary drops. And we do a lot of work in tourism as well, scenic flights, and we have a flying school here as well. So we have experienced pilots come from other parts of Australia and will go through our flying school to upskill their licences.
What made the partnership with the JackJumpers so attractive for you guys?
Oh, I'm a bit of a fan. You know what? I love Tasmania more than anything, and I love what the JackJumpers team has done for this state. And I can tell you that I was in Melbourne when we won the premiership, and look, I wanted to celebrate our milestone with such an incredible Tasmanian icon in the JackJumpers. It just was a perfect fit.
How exciting is it as a coach to be able to partner with an organisation like this one?
Yeah, I mean, we continue to have great brands come in and partner with us, and this is another great Tasmanian brand that has done wonderful things for the state, and to celebrate their 25 years is a remarkable achievement here, and the lives they've saved and the impact they've had on the community. And for them to partner with us, these professionals at this level, is just kudos to our playing group in the front office and all the work they do. And again, to have another great brand with us is quite remarkable.
It's obviously quite important for you guys as an organisation to partner with Tasmanian brands, being a Tasmanian
Absolutely.
team. Is that the value that you saw there that would be easily, attractive for you guys?
Well, I obviously don't get involved in the actual transaction of that, but to have Tasmanian brands is obviously a number one thing for us. And the more we get closer to these brands and help them develop their companies and partner with them and ultimately become great friends with them is what we're trying to build here. We're a family community a club that is reaching out into the community, and we want to continue to build these brands with Tasmanians.
We've had a couple of new JackJumpers touch down over the last little while. You've got Tiger and Bryce Hamilton and DJ. Can you tell me how they've all been fitting in over the last couple of days?
Yeah, so those two, DJ and Bryce, came in about 7 or 8 days ago, and they've settled in quite well. Tiger came in yesterday with his wife Josie yesterday evening. I'll be taking them to dinner and getting him acclimated, and he still has physicals to take and those things. So it's quite easy just with imports coming into Australia, not just with us, but in general. It's kind of seamless without having a language barrier or anything really to worry about. So our guys have been welcomed, as they always do here, in a very professional way across the board, and they got to get their feet back underneath them and their time change and all that going, and we're happy to have all 3 imports. I think this is probably the earliest we've ever had 3 in at this time of the year, and hopefully that'll give us advantage down the road.
How is pre-season going as a whole?
Yeah, so we've had hit or miss with guys, and now we have a bit of sickness going through the group. We've got 5 guys out right now, and so we're kind of scrambling around trying to find some bodies, but it is what it is at this time. And the guys that are actually the newer players are all healthy, luckily, and so they're getting just concepts and ideas of what we're doing and just kind of getting settled in. And we'll try to do the best we can when we go up north with the group that we have, and then eventually when we return from there, we'll have the guys coming back from FIBA and our whole roster hopefully together and healthy.
Yeah, how is it exciting to see, to provide that opportunity for some of the imports to go up north to the state?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's, we're a team for all of Tasmania, and, my number one concern when I came down here was to connect the state, and so we go up there with a mission in mind, and ultimately the games are important, but it's actually us being in the community, going to the restaurants, having the kids' clinics, and being out and about to make sure the brand is being built across the state, and that's the main reason why we go. The games are just a bonus to go up there and run around and have some fun, and don't take it overly serious about the scoring side of all that. But for our imports to get up north and get a feel for what it is, and the passion of the fans in the north and northwest is a huge deal for us. And I've said this many times. The first year you couldn't find anything that was green up there, and now you go up there and everyone's got JackJumper gear on, and it's a big time basketball area, and we're proud to go up there and represent them.
One former JackJumper who's doing quite well is Jack McVeigh in the Boomers. You've been keeping a close eye on him, and what do you make of his efforts?
I haven't, to be quite honest with you. I haven't really followed that too much, other than the fact that obviously, Jack has been wonderful for us, and the timeline of him coming back just it did not work, and he's been away for over a year now. And when we had a chance to sign Josh Bannon, it was a no-brainer at that time, and not to wait on. And Jack has earned the right. We got a nice buyout from Jack to say goodbye and thank you. And Jack's earned the right to go on and play wherever he wants to go play and make as much money as he has, and that term for him or any player is short. And so if he chooses to go to Cairns or somewhere in Europe or whatever, it's a great credit to him, but to be honest with you, it's a great credit to my staff and all the hard work they've done to get him in this position to do that. And so it's kind of a yin and yang kind of thing there, but ultimately he earned the right to go do what he wants to do, and we support him to go on his way, and that's just the way it is. And basketball, again, is quite transactional with players, and I guess the thing that we're all proud of is that it seems like everyone that leaves, people here are quite passionate about when they leave, so we must be doing it right, that we're getting the right kind of people in here, but we're also advancing their careers and getting them better and getting better jobs, and Jack falls into that category.
Another person who's playing quite well is Ulverston's Rain Smith. I don't believe he signed with an NBL club. Are you keeping a close eye on him at all?
Yeah, he signed in Cairns. So we offered him a contract in the beginning of the year, and at that point he wanted to wait a few more months to go through everything from college to tryouts to NBA things to summer league. We weren't willing to wait, and eventually I think in the last 2 or 3 weeks he ended up signing up in Cairns. So we followed him and tracked him for, I don't know, last 3 or 4 years for sure.
I don't think I have anything else.
Brand.
Hello. Just with Rain, when you say offered him a contract, was that a full contract, a DP contract? Can you elaborate on that?
It was a full contract.
Yeah, okay, cool. With Jack, and you say we've got a nice buyout, can you explain, is that what, like, compensation do you mean? Like they've paid us a fee to get his services, or? Yeah, like all of our players have buyouts, so they're not going to walk away from us without us getting anything in return. Magne, Josh Bannon, any of these guys will sign a contract, and there's a buyout connected to all of them, different reasons of what the buyout may look like. I'm not in the contract mode of what they actually are, but I understand that
he paid his buyout, and once he said he agreed upon doing that, we were allowing him to pursue whatever else he wanted to pursue at that point.
You don't know how much that buyout is or anything? That's not your
I think, Brent, that would obviously be personal and internal. How much are you making?
You don't want to know.
Oh,
You don't want to know.
okay.
That means a lot.
Just on Jack, I mean, you can't have everyone, can you? Like, a lot of people, the commentary we've seen the last week or so is how can we not find a place for him, etc. But when you've got a squad full already and financial restraints and things like that, you can't have everyone. Can you just explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Jack has been gone for almost a year. And at that point, when the season was over, Josh Bannon was quite keen about coming down here and how we were going to make that work. And he's the perfect replacement to fill that spot in and also play the 5. At the same time, we were recruiting David Johnson, who we've been following for months during the season, and we landed those two relatively quickly. So when I obviously go to these guys and tell them what the landscape looks like and how we're going to put this team together, I can't lie to them. And so once we heard that Jack wanted to wait again through the summer to go through the NBA process and all that, it just knocked us out of the park as far as we're not going to wait for that whole result to end. So for us, we moved forward, put the roster together. But I think the thing is that Jack's been removed from us for a year. It's not like Bryce Cotton leaving after 2 or 3 months and going down the road and you could wait on him, or Deladova jumping from Sydney to go over to, from Melbourne to Sydney. That's in the same year and within a few months, and you'd want to wait to see what they would do. This was a year removed, and we have to put a team together. And that's just how it was. The timelines are just not aligned, and you just can't squeeze people in and push them in and figure out how you're going to have minutes in that when I've already promised other people what their job role would look like, why would they come here, and all of a sudden say, we're scrapping all that 4 months later, Jack McVeigh's back.
Yep, thank you. Well said. And I'm assuming you obviously want the fans to treat Jack with respect when he comes back to Tassie, given what he's done for us over the journey.
I mean, of course. I mean, Milton Doyle coming back in and Fab and any of our former players that come in, Isaac White, Matt Kenyon, any of the guys that have come back, I would assume that they would be quite proud of these guys. And again, we're proud of them because we've propelled their careers in a lot of different ways and allowed them to get other jobs and move forward. And so in Jack's case, as in Milt or anyone else that would come back, it should be a standing ovation for what they've done and how the culture's been built here. They're foundational pieces that drove us to where we are now.
And just last one, I think. Shawnee
I think.
I always say that and I come up with something else, but Sean McDonald, I mean, what do you say to him when you know what he's been through the last 12 months? You gave him the keys to the team, and then what happened. What's your first words to someone like him as coach?
The first thing I told him is you still have the keys and you got to start driving. You know, you got to get back to rehab. You got to get over it. You got to move on, and you can have your moment of feeling sorry for yourself and move on. But you know, you're young. Guys have had multiple knee surgeries and multiple injuries, and you know, you take the good with the bad in sports, and it's not fair. And he has a right to be down and upset, in which he is. And you give him a hug and you send him on his way, and he'll have surgery, I think, tomorrow, and he'll be back at market in a week, and he'll start his rehab. And it's sports, and you know, obviously he's quite disappointed. But you know, in the past when we've had Magne or other people get injured, we rally around them, support them the best we can, and he's no different. Yeah, it's a tough situation. But ultimately, he has to get back and start driving again, and start getting his feet back going, and get his mind right. And he's got a lot of basketball left ahead of him.
How pleased are you to have that flexibility with that third import spot that you hadn't used at that point?
Yeah, it's pretty clever, wasn't it?
You taking the credit for that?
Do you want to give me credit, or are you asking me?
Yeah, you can have it.
No, I don't want it. No, I mean, we held that, obviously, for multiple reasons, and to throw the card out there that early and play that card, not probably ideal in the long run, and but we had intentions of putting a really good roster together with locals, and to have that flexibility, and to have Ben Harris and Alter step up and without hesitation to say, go fill that spot again. That's what you need as far as ownership and the backing of the group to move forward. And we were holding that spot if we had to use it. We weren't obviously intentionally thinking we would. But yeah, it was a good safety net.
This is the last one.
Jesus.
Rat said last week that you had your eye on Tiger since day one, really. You had an eye on him for 3 or 4 years. Why is he the man to take up such an important role in your team?
Yeah, so 3 years ago when we were in the mode of getting down to the wire to find a point guard, we came down to him and Jordan Crawford. Tiger had just left UCLA and was waiting for his NBA summer and so on and so forth. And that time frame wasn't quite good for us, but I was a little also nervous that he had no international experience at that point. He was just leaving college. And so when we went back and forth between Tiger and Jordan, just the experience that Croft had and where he'd been gave him the edge. And we kept our eye on Tiger for the last 2 years. And when this transpired, literally it was my first call, and within a few hours we had a deal done and he was still available. And he's just a good fit, a great person, easily coached, played at a very, very high level in the States, has international experience now. And hey, when you're in Tasmania and you can find a player named Tiger, you better sign him. So we signed him.
Has he got better hair than me, do you think?
Well, he got here, so that's a head start. But yeah, no, he got the whole look going, and I think the fans are going to really enjoy watching him play just in general. And again, we got 3 really good imports that are just really great kids and humble and have great character. And again, I'm really proud of the group that we put together. And I always choose the character over talent. Our guys are quite talented, but I choose high character guys first, and he fits that role.
Did you have
Thank you,
another one?
Coach. Have a nice day.
Brent, you too, buddy.
That's pretty good. And how is pre-season camp?
Yeah, it's been fun, like a lot of hard work, but we're stacking days and keep getting better as a team. So yeah, it's been fun.
It's nice to have some new teammates stepping foot down here and being able to work alongside them.
Yeah, definitely. Like getting our imports here early is always really good. So getting amongst them, getting them familiar with everyone, and we got a lot of new guys as well, like myself, Benny, and like a few other guys, kind of all finding their feet as well. So we're all kind of in that together, and we're just continue to build together.
Have you ever played or knew a whole lot about the new imports that have come in?
Not really. Before we kind of got them, no. Like when we kind of announced them, like I obviously watched their highlights and figured out like what they kind of do, but yeah, not much before meeting them.
Are you excited to go to the North Coast later this week?
Yeah, super excited to head up north. Been up there a couple times. It's pretty cool up there, so excited to see the fans out there. And I've heard it's going to be pretty hectic out there, so I'm excited to see the fans and also play a couple games.
When you see players like Jack McVeigh, and the coach touched on it, is coming down here and having a stop and then going on to these, playing for Australia and things like that, is that something that you aspire to?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that's like the goal. Like as a basketball player, I kind of just want to continue getting better and continue to learn and continue to grow. And yeah, playing for the Boomers, playing potentially in the NBA, that kind of is also like potentially on the table. So, but it's still kind of day by day and continue to get better here and focus on the team we have here. So yeah.
I don't know anything else. Brett?
Brent, you've got Nick Marshall.
Yeah, hey,
Knock,
Nick.
knock.
How you doing?
I just wanted to ask you about the Air Marshal nickname. Is that a thing, or is that what Caitlin's dubbed you as, the Air Marshal?
I think
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Caitlin's looked after me up with that one, so I'll take it if that's what people want to roll with. Yeah, Air Marshal's pretty cool.
Not bad to be the Air Marshal out the helicopter shed today, then.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be cool going up in the helicopter. Can roll with that nickname, so it's not too windy, so it's going to be all good. But yeah, it's going to be cool to get up there.
Do you hear the nervousness in the voice, Brent?
I was going to say,
I can sense that a little bit, yeah.
did you put your hand up?
Hey,
Brent, shush.
Sorry. Did you put your hand up?
Yeah, I put my hand up, but I wasn't the first person asked, I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
Any fear of heights or have you been in a helicopter
I've
before?
never been in a helicopter,
Okay.
so that's kind of what I was like, may as well like get the opportunity, so it'd be cool to do it.
Fair enough. Brad, you can go back.
I was just going to say, how have you settled in, mate? You've been here for, 2-3 weeks now?
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 weeks, so it's still like finding my way around, but I can get to training, I can get to weights without maps now, so it's pretty it's pretty good. I've got my local shopping centre, So yeah, I'll be cool. I'm excited to kind of go check out all of Tasmania as well.